Hey everyone, it's Amy, Old Book New Look. Today is Tuesday, November 15th, 2011. I just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about a few things. Um, Last night I ended up calling out from work because I'm having issues with my shoulder again, which I don't think I've talked about yet on this channel, but around December of last year, where I work, I started having issues with my left shoulder and neck, um, cramping up and really causing me a lot of pain while I was working. So I went through employee health and they set me up with some physical therapy, which didn't help. Um, and then they set me up with some massage therapy, which helped relieve the pain but didn't stop it from reoccurring. And after many months of trying to find something to help it, I kind of gave up and said, never mind, I'll just deal with it. And at the time, I was thinking, I was having surgery soon, and hopefully taking off some weight would help relieve um, the situation. I thought maybe all that extra weight on my shoulders was causing me to have the pain, or at least in part. But it's been several months since my surgery, and I've lost over 100 pounds, and it's just starting to get worse. Um, so I need to call employee health again and try to. I'm assuming they're going to make me go through the physical therapy again and go through all the steps, but I think I'm going to have to get assertive about it and insist that they do something about the ergonomics of the workstations. It's difficult because where I work, I don't have one specific desk that is my desk that I do all my work at. I have to float around to different workstations throughout the department depending on where I am and who else is working, and so it makes it difficult, because they really, I mean, they need to make sure that they can't just set it to my adjustments. They have to make sure that it's something that can be adjusted for everyone else's needs as well. So, but something's got to be done because I mean the pain was so bad last night that I had to call out of work. Just shooting up my neck, and it hurt so bad it felt like I had an earache. And that was after working Monday night overnight, and then when I woke up after sleeping all day, it was even worse than it was when I had been working. So it's not going away like it used to. After a certain amount of time, I used to go home and sleep and it would feel better when I woke up, but now it's not. That's not the case now. It's feeling better today. I did go to the gym. I did my weights, but I didn't do my shoulder presses or anything with my arms. I'm just giving them a rest today. And I did do my run. I did my run, my 1 mile in 13 minutes and 46 seconds today. So I feel really, really good about that. I can't even tell you how proud I am of myself. And I finally, I feel like, I really believe that I can do this now. It's such a weird thing. And I was talking to someone about it, or writing someone a message yesterday, kind of talking about it. And I definitely was never a running person. I was never a runner. There was a time in my life, I think around when I was 21, that I had lost about 60 pounds and I was jogging, a little bit here and there, but I didn't do it consistently, and I never really progressed far with it, and I didn't ever really believe that I could do more than what I was doing, you know? And going into the surgery, it became a possibility to me just based on seeing other people do it. And I thought to myself, if other people can do it, then I could probably do it too. And so I kind of made that goal for myself before I had surgery, that I want to be a runner. Um, but I didn't completely believe that I could do it at that time. And then after surgery, after losing weight and it definitely was a struggle for me to get myself on the treadmill, to not so much to walk, because at first I just started walking, um, but it was a struggle for me to make that push for myself to say, okay, I'm gonna run a little bit. Right now, I'm just gonna run as long as I can. And like I think the first time it was like 20 seconds, literally. 20 seconds and I couldn't run anymore. But I just had to tell myself, that's okay. It'll get better. And it did. And so I just kind of I had to keep saying to myself, it'll get better. I need to do it again. Sorry. I need to I need to try it again. And then I'm not even sure when the transition happened, but at some point I transitioned to wanting to run, to wanting to see how far I could go. Um, Even though while I was doing it, I had to keep saying to myself, like I keep having this like self-talk in my head while I'm running. Like today, I ran for 5 minutes straight. So I've gone from only being able to run 20 seconds and nearly dying or thinking I was going to die after 20 seconds of running to I ran 5 minutes today nonstop at, I think my speed was 4.8. Um, that is huge when you really think about it. And where was I going with this? I don't know exactly where the switch went off, but at some point my self-confidence took over because I realized that my body can do this. I can push myself, and even if I'm not where I want to be, I'm going to get there. It's just going to get better and better each time I do it. I just have to keep doing it. And, when I first started using the treadmill, I was walking a mile in like 20 minutes. And then when I decided, I want to be able to run my mile in under 12 minutes. At that time, when I set that goal, I think I was at like 16.4, 16 minutes and 40 seconds for my mile. And that was doing like a couple of spurts of running for a minute or something. And now I'm at 13 minutes and 46 seconds. So I'm feeling really proud of myself. And I just wanted to share that because I don't know. I wish I could share how it happened that switch went off where I feel like I can do this. And I know I'm going to be successful at it because I think a lot of people that are pre-op and newly post-op have trouble with, and I certainly did, having the motivation to try to do those things because it seems like such a far away thing to be able to reach as far as a goal, or some of the physical goals. So I just wanted to share a little bit about like my thought process through that whole thing. Another thing I just wanted to touch on quickly was that I'm going to be trying to do my own research on something, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. I wanted to do another video. One of the videos that I've been planning on doing is a video on my running and my exercise and my asthma. I don't think I've talked about this before. I have asthma. I've had it since I was a kid. It got a lot better when I moved out of the environment I was living in as a kid. Just wasn't good. It wasn't a good environment for me, for my breathing. We had a lot of pets. Dogs especially trigger my asthma big time. And the house I lived in was a very, very old house built in the 1800s, late 1800s, that collected dust like you wouldn't believe. And I didn't realize until I went to college how much impact that environment was having on my asthma. Like, we're talking daily struggle, and with allergies as well, feeling like I had a cold every day, feeling just congested all the time, and having to take my rescue inhaler almost every day, and having a nebulizer at home, to when I moved out, realizing that that was a big part of the problem, and not needing to take my inhaler maybe 3 times a year, 4 times a year maybe. And I haven't had to have a nebulizer since then. And, you know, so anyway, that's a little bit of the background. But things, I do still get things that trigger my asthma. Like if I go home and visit and go into the house, my asthma almost immediately I start wheezing. So I have to be really careful about preventative medication for my asthma. And also another thing that triggers, or I found that has triggered it recently, has been running on the treadmill. Not so much in other exercises. Zumba and dancing and things don't trigger it for me yet, anyway. But running on the treadmill, especially where I'm pushing myself so hard, I find after I finish running on the treadmill, I'll get super congested. And especially when I go into the locker room, I think this is part of the problem too. I go into the locker room, and of course it's really humid in there because of all the showers. That starts, my chest starts tightening up and I start wheezing. So I've been told I have to be careful about my preventative inhalers and all my inhalers because they're steroids, and apparently the steroids can cause ulcers. But I'm not taking them, they're not a pill that I'm swallowing, it's an inhaler. So the majority of it hopefully is going into my lungs, and I'm really careful about rinsing out my mouth and gargling and brushing my teeth after I take it. But apparently some of it can be ingested and get into your stomach and apparently cause ulcers. So this is the point that I'm getting to. I'm trying to do my own research on it because from what I've seen online, I've tried to do some searches online to try to find out more about the inhalers, specifically Advair. I'm taking the lowest dose possible of the Advair, which is, I think, 150 over 50, I think, is the dosage on it. Don't quote me on that. But I know it's the lowest dose, and I take one puff in the morning before I go to exercise. Now, I say I take it, but I haven't been taking it for a few weeks. I had to take it for about 2 weeks to build my lungs up, and now I'm not having, I can, like today, I didn't take any preventative medications. I haven't taken it for about a week, and I didn't have any trouble with my asthma after I ran. So it did what it was supposed to do. But I still want to research it so I can know what the risks are of me taking it. From the info I found online, I Googled list of NSAIDs, okay? The NSAIDs, I think, stands for non-steroid anti-inflammatory drug, maybe? So non-steroids. So apparently my inhalers are steroids. So, because my doctor told me that they can cause ulcers. So I'm trying to find out why they cause ulcers, if they really do cause ulcers, or if that was... Actually, it wasn't even my doctor who told me that. It was my nutritionist. So she could be confused on her information too. Basically, I just want to find out what my inhalers are classified as. I think they're classified as steroids. And if they are, what effect do those have on my stomach? Can they cause ulcers? Do I need to be concerned about it? So I'm going to have to try to do my own research. I'm sorry I'm like talking myself in circles here. I think today I'm going to go to my public library in town. I've lived here for a year and I still haven't signed up for my library card. Hello, what am I doing? But that's because I use my Kindle so much. But I'm going to go to the library and see if they have any medical reference books and see if I can look up because there are generic names. Advair is made out of I believe, two different medications together. So I'm going to look up those medications and read as much as I can about what type of drugs they are and what effects they can have on your body and your stomach. If I can't find information there, I mean, I do work at a hospital and it does have a library. I can go in there, although I've never been in that library and I kind of feel out of place because I'm not, you know, I'm not a clinical person at all. I was never a medical student. I have no medical education, so I'm not sure where to go in there. It's kind of like, So anyway, I may end up going in there if I can't find what I need at the public library, but I'd rather not have to go into work on my days off. So I'm going to try to do it at the public library. And I also thought that I might talk to my pharmacist and see what I can find out there. And I also have to make an appointment with my PCP and maybe talk to him about it. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys that that's kind of what's going on this week as far as things that I've been thinking about and been dealing with, and you can expect to hear more from me about the inhaler asthma issue. And I never turn it on silent. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.